Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, May 6th, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is my astrological outlook for the day. So there really aren't too many major aspects in effect today. Really, all we have going on in terms of aspects for the day is a moon conjunction to Neptune. The moon is in the later degrees of Pisces today. Neptune is at 23 degrees of Pisces, so Neptune will conjunct the moon today. Secondly, for a brief period of time today, we will have Chiron, the wounded healer master archetype, in an exact sextile and trine. And those are both positive, beneficial, helpful aspects with the north and the south node. Chiron today is moving from 11 degrees of Aries to 12 degrees of Aries, and the north and the south node are moving from 12 degrees of Gemini to 11 degrees of Gemini. So for a few minutes, or not a few minutes, for a few hours at that 12 degrees of their separate signs today, they will be making exact aspect. And so I'm going to talk about, and that is really the nature of Chiron in the north and the south node. And I'll talk about this later in my report when I get into the degrees that they're moving to. But this is kind of alchemizing changes that are happening to help us release our karma and move towards our destiny, our future path, the blueprint of our soul. Okay, so let's get into my report today. I somehow managed, despite the lack of significant aspects today, to come up with like literally 3 full pages of notes based on just the Sabian symbols or the various exact energetics for each of the planets that are in effect, because one form of astrology I do is called Sabian symbol astrology, and Sabian symbols are the separate, various, and different energetics that each one of the degrees of the zodiac discharge. So instead of just being a sign, Aquarius, Pisces, Taurus, whatever, it's specific down to the exact degree in each and every single one of the degrees in those signs have their own vibration. So that's what the Sabian symbols do, is they describe those vibrations and those frequencies so we have a better and more clear understanding of the exact nature of the energetic that's being discharged and what we can expect from it and how we can use it. So let's get into it. So one thing today, there might be some big headlines or big news, and there are definitely battles going on today as well. And these battles are really centered around the ultimate core of all battles, really, which is our perception of good versus evil. That's what it really is coming down to at the core of things today. And there's also a conjunction with Vulcan and the sun today. So this might have an even more eruptive nature to it just because Vulcan is there and Vulcan erupts things. So with the sun, we might see a more emphasis in terms of the energetic that it is playing out today, and that is 17 degrees of Taurus, this symbolic battle between swords and torches. So this is like Harry versus Voldemort or Frodo and like the Eye of Sauron type of feel to it, and the battle within each of us to overcome our ego, overcome our subconscious programming in order to align with higher self and the Christ within. That's really the metamorphosis in the process that we are all being pushed towards as we transition worlds into the age of Aquarius, which is what we're doing right now and why everything seems so crazy. So where the sun is today is at 28 degrees of Taurus. Hold on, I just skipped a line. Sorry about that. So today we are battling with Today we are battling with and ultimately conquering darkness. That's what I was trying to get out. I don't know why that was so difficult. Moving on. Venus, the ruler of Taurus, where the sun is today, is at 28 degrees of Taurus, a woman pursued by mature romance. So these internal or external battles we fight today are part of our maturation process that we're going through right now. And they're helping us to restore the true nature of the feminine. So she or us can be pursued by the things that are truly in alignment with us after we've rediscovered ourselves and overcome our personal struggles and cultivated a more genuine and authentic sense of self and respect for ourselves for who and what we are and what we have to contribute, our true self-worth and our true self-value. We fight the battles today in order to overcome and develop and align with that more mature love, the things truly authentic to us now, and that we are truly authentic to us now that we are truly authentic to ourselves. And that is the transformational process that we're all undergoing right now. And that's why there's so many changes going on in our lives. And that's why people and things are just like dropping off all the time like crazy. It's because we're all on this path back to our original self and our authenticity, and nothing that is in alignment with that can continue to persist in our lives. It's just not how it's going to work going forward. And we see that through Venus today at being pursued by a mature romance. So, okay, that's just part of the whole picture today. Mercury, very strong in Gemini today. His home sign, his own sign, is discharging 5 degrees of Gemini, a radical magazine cover. That's where the whole big headlines and, bold statements comes from that I said in the beginning of my report. So alongside these battles that we have playing out today, we also have spectacles and headlines, communication and information radically displayed, meant to cause a scene and whip things into a frenzy, or just information, accusations, disclosures, highlights on things of a very radical nature today. Part of what we have going on. This is a very in-your-face type of energetic, and with it being Mercury at this degree, we could see and hear, Mercury's the messenger, a lot of very bold headlines, like I said, or radical statements. There's obviously a million ways this energetic could play out, present itself, manifest right now in our lives in the midst of all of this crazy that we have generally, but with the battles that are going on as well, I'm definitely expecting a lot of bold statements and headlines alongside of that somehow. We'll see. Or maybe someone makes a spectacle of themselves today, and I don't know. There's just a lot of ways that this one could go. Also, remember, we do have the moon with Neptune today, and that Neptune is at 23 degrees of Pisces, and that degree is a materializing medium giving a seance. So that gives first of all, the moon conjunct Neptune in and of itself gives a really powerful connection to intuition and an ability to connect to God, spirit, the higher self, and also a strong ability to be lost in illusion, kind of just like get sucked into the mystic and deception and illusion of things. So also with this degree, remember, it's about bridging worlds and dimensions and a merging of the physical and the supernatural worlds, a materializing medium giving a seance. And with Mercury at that radical magazine cover degree, we may hear some radical information. This makes me think about possibly UFOs and the impending alien issue we will all be coming familiar with in the coming months. And that is something that I do know. This also puts a highlight today on all things, though, that are like woo-woo or conspiracy or supernatural as features of thoughts, ideas, and communications today, because we have Mercury at 5 Gemini, radical information, and the moon conjuncting Neptune, 23 degrees of Pisces, a materializing medium giving a seance. This also may tie into the battles of dark versus light that are playing out today inside of us and in our outer world somehow. Neptune at that degree, radical magazine cover, moon conjuncting Neptune, and the battle of good versus evil. They all are in a Sabian symbol soup, and we'll see what comes of it. Mars in Cancer, ruled by the moon, here the moon is highlighted again, who is in that conjunction with Neptune today, is at 9 degrees of Cancer. A small naked girl bends over a pond trying to catch fish. So in a lot of ways today is really more about just observing from a perspective of innocence and wonder, the child, rather than trying to engage in action or really grasp and hold on to what is displayed today. We can look, but our efforts to possess whatever catches our eye today will likely not totally pan out. You know, like the little girl, she's probably going to have a pretty hard time actually grabbing that fish, but she can have a lot of fun trying and observing and just being in the wonder and the splendor of the fish swimming in the pond. So that's kind of more how we want to use this energetic today, because trying to really seize it probably isn't going to work out, you know, as well as we would like it to. Finally, today we have some outer planets changing degrees, and this is going to create a shift in the underlying energetics of things. And it's Uranus, and it's Chiron, and it's the nodes, and all three of those play a rather significant role in collective events. And so there's going to be a shift. The end of this week, you know, today and tomorrow moving into the weekend, will be much different energetics than we've had up until now. So we have Chiron moving to 12 degrees of Aries, and he's the wounded healer, the master archetype, and rules alchemy and wealth and healing and everything like that. And Uranus has also moved degrees, and he's the great rectifier and the great awakener and the silver lining planet and the one who sets everything right. And we also, like I said, have the nodes changing degrees today, and that's destiny and karma, future and past, where we're moving to and what we need to let go of and release in order to get there. All shifting degrees. And like I mentioned in the beginning, there's a brief period today when Chiron, having moved degrees from 11 to 12 Aries, and the nodes preparing to change degrees still at 12 Gemini and Sagittarius, will be an exact aspect today. So I'm seeing this is alchemy going on in regards to the themes of destiny and karma, the past and the future. Some type of shift going on inside of us that is helping us to release and move from the past and step forward and embrace more of the ideas, Gemini, where the nodes are, of the future. Money's also highlighted with this, and the degree that it's moving to, 12 Aries, is a flock of wild geese flying in formation. So this affects all of us somehow. Wounding or healing or alchemizing something today that directly assists universe in the unfolding of the cosmic blueprint, the north and the south nodes, and Chiron. So this degree, a flock of wild geese flying in formation, this is a frequency-based energetic that speaks to the collective action of humanity and where we're going together. Chiron is wounding, healing, and mastering. And over the next few weeks, while Chiron is at this degree, we're on a healing journey together. And because he's moving with Uranus and the nodes, it is putting things right in terms of the direction of our future path. Uranus moves to 12 degrees of Taurus today, and that Sabian symbol, that energetic, is a young couple window shopping. So with Uranus now at this degree, we are literally getting to choose and to pick out what our new lives and what our new world will look like based on personal authenticity. We are shopping for new things, new people, new ideas, now in alignment with the new and authentic us. And now we use our imagination and inspiration to choose the new features and relationships of our new lives in our new world. Lots of options over this next couple of weeks. And now is the time to decide how we want things to be and look moving forward. So let's choose wisely, and just know that with Uranus, the great rectifier, the great awakener, the planet who throws things up in the air so that everyone can freak out and then they can land perfectly. With him, it's only going to be that which is truly in alignment with us. So we have to get real. Now's the time to do it. Finally, we have the nodes, and actually, yes, this time for real, they are finally changing degrees. So they're moving to 11 degrees of Gemini and Sagittarius today. So now apparently that Uranus and Chiron have decided to change degrees, the nodes feel that it's an appropriate time to make that transition as well. They had actually stationed at the previous degrees that they were at for an extra week. And now I'm convinced it was just because they wanted to wait for Chiron the Master and Uranus the Fixer to make their moves so that the stage was set for them to have the greatest potential of success in paving our path. So they're moving to 11 degrees of Gemini and Sagittarius, and those degrees are 11 Gemini, where the North Node is, newly opened lands offer the pioneer new opportunities for experiences. So this is moving into new and unknown territory. And then the South Node, the lamp of physical enlightenment on the left temple. So we've broken free. Remember 11 or 12, where they were 12 degrees Gemini and Sagittarius. That was a slave girl demanding her rights of her mistress, and a flag seen turning into an eagle that crows. So we have been breaking free, and now that Chiron and Uranus have broken free, the nodes have moved too, and we are on to new and open territories. So now we have new opportunities for experience in newly opened lands, the great unknown, while we are actively picking out the new components and the new features of this new territory with Uranus's new degree. It's a perfect fit. With the movement of these three bodies together, Chiron, Uranus, and the nodes, we are collectively, over the next few weeks, flying the flock of wild doves, or wild geese, through the air, which is so appropriate because that is the theme of everything that's going on. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, which is air, like absolute air, fixed air. And this is ideas and thoughts. That's the thing, some of the things that air represents, and rising above, of course, to our new open frontier where Uranus is now, our new territory, our new opportunities for experience, the age of Aquarius. And remember, this is Uranus who rules Aquarius. It all fits together. You see, it's a blueprint. Okay, where am I? We're deciding what we want and what we want this to look like. And remember though, it's Uranus. So once we've decided what we want, he will be the one who decides how we get it. And it's likely to be in ways that we would just never expect. That's how Uranus works. He does things in the most shocking, surprising, and unexpected ways, things that you would never have ever imagined or thought possible or thought would happen. He comes and goes ahead and brings those, and it's always, though, it makes them work out. It just makes them work out better somehow. So, yeah, expect the unexpected in terms of how they will pan out exactly, but they will. So, lastly, I'm also expecting the metamorphosis and transformation to finally start permeating to the left with this, with the new placement of the South Node. And by this, I mean the left brain, you know, the more logical, routine-based type of thinking, critical type of thinking, and also just the left of things generally, you know, as we have this South Node at the lamp of physical enlightenment now in the left temple. I believe the left aspect of things may finally start getting it and beginning to perceive and understand the genuine truth of things, the genuine reality, Gemini and Sagittarius, with this energetic now in effect. So, not too much going on today in terms of aspects other than that moon conjuncting to Neptune. Again, use this to tune into intuition, into your higher self, follow, you know, intuitive hunches and stuff like that, and try not to evade reality and get sucked into illusions with this. The three planets changing degrees, and we have that symbolic battle between swords and torches going on. The battle of good versus evil, of the ego versus the higher self, inside and outside, and also possibly a lot of really radical information about it because we have Mercury at the Radical magazine cover. So that's my video for today, guys. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and leave me comments. You know I love your comments. And I will see you back here tomorrow for my video for Friday. Have a great day, you guys. See you later.